Hello and welcome to another video. I apologize for the lack of videos, but I have been working on a new initiative, and in this video I will introduce you to the new initiative, talk about what this initiative will do and what the future holds for it. Let's get started. First, we need to discuss why I created this initiative. So here I have CanIt open, and this is the Pi 500 Plus, which I wanted to show you first. And the price right now is $410. Now mind you, this is included with the 256 gigabyte SSD, which already makes it more expensive. And as the website shows, you need a power supply, mouse, and micro HDMI cable, which again raises the prices even more. Remember when the Raspberry Pi was a hobby board and you could have fun with it? And now it's just become its own desktop environment, and this PC is more expensive than the mini PCs you've seen on sale? Yeah, it's ridiculous. So let's go back to the Pi 5. Now I'm going to show you the original model. So this is the 1 gigabyte Pi model. Now this one's $45, which is $10 more than the Pi 3 was back in 2016. And that's ridiculous. Even though this is still more powerful, this is ridiculous. The 2 gigabyte model is $65, which was originally $50 in 2023, and I actually would have gotten this one if the prices hadn't gone up. The 4 gigabyte model is now $110 instead of the $60 that was originally supposed to be. Now again, this depends on where you buy it. You can actually get it much cheaper depending on where you get it, maybe on eBay or Amazon, but again, it really depends on where you get it. The 8 gigabyte model here is $175, which is more than the $80 it was originally sold for in 2023 as well. And the 16 gigabyte model is $305. And mind you, this is the board only, because everything else you need to buy. Now, if you already have a micro HDMI cable, that's not an issue. If you have an SD card, that's not an issue. But you'll still need the power supply, since the power supply is still very important. So you're paying extra for just having the Pi and the power supplies. And then you have to pay more if you want the case, heat sinks, and fan. It's ridiculous, especially since you really don't need most of this, and in reality you can get away with just having a heatsink on the system on a chip, power supply, keyboard and mouse, SD card, and that's it. You're ready to go. And of course, once you have the power supply, that's it. So, because of this is why I introduced the initiative. So, let's talk about that next. Alright, let's get started with the Linux Robot Geek initiative. So the tagline is, don't dispose of your Pis, reuse them. Because that's the theme of our initiative. So our initiative says, don't throw away, reuse. With prices going up on the Pi 5 and the impending release of the Pi 6, we need to talk about the old Raspberry Pis you may still have in your drawer collecting dust. So if you have any old Pis, you should probably get them out now, because we're going to be using them. We're talking about the following boards. So if you have one of these, this applies to you. The original Model B and A, Model B Plus and A Plus, Pi 2, Pi 0, 0W, 02W, Pi 3, 3B Plus, 3A Plus, CM3, CM3 Plus, Pi 4, Pi 400, Compute Module 4, Compute Module 4S, and we'll be including the microcontrollers Pico, Pico W, Pico 2, and Pico 2W. These models still work, and you can still be used for various projects such as robotics, weather monitoring, and with the Pi 4 you can even host a web server. And yes, we'll be covering that as well. So, what the initiative is. Let's talk about the initiative. In this initiative, we'll be doing the following: Medium tutorial and project articles, which you'll be seeing more of those in the future, so I will link them in the description, because they will be accompanied with the YouTube tutorials and project videos. So these two, for the Medium and YouTube tutorials, these will be combined as one. So the YouTube tutorials will contain the Medium articles so that you can read along if you want. The entire code base will be available on GitHub for others to use. So there will be a large GitHub repo, and each folder will contain each tutorial and project, and you can change it to your heart's content. I will use my boards as examples, and you can follow along with me. So if you have a Pi 4, CM4, whatever you have, you can follow along with me, and there are no requirements. Just have your board and be willing to learn. If you have multiple boards, that's even better. What the future will hold. So what to expect for the future? Well, here's what will happen next. We will have future YouTube videos and Medium articles. I will show you how to get involved. Future expansion to boards like DPi 5, Pi 500, Pi 500 Plus, etc. There'll be more fun projects coming soon, and I will update you as time goes by. So, that's it for this introduction. Thanks for watching. As you can see, I discussed the initiative and why I wanted to get things rolling. Stay tuned for more videos, articles, and more. See you next time.